I gotta tell y'all, I got a different nighttime work going on tonight. I didn't want to say anything about it until I did a couple rounds to make sure I was comfortable with it, but I'm hauling dirt. And because I've been busy with other crap, I haven't put lights on Wilbur yet. So Wilbur's sitting over here in the dark, and he's doing his best to run with auxiliary lighting from other things. So I've got the tractor parked up here on this little hill, and that kind of lights up that corner because, of course, you know, over here in this corner, it's very steep drop off. I do not want to go off in that corner. The alternative is to go off to the left, which is into a shallow pond of water. But I wouldn't roll the truck if I backed off from that. I believe that would tow me in and do some real damage. I stay well away from that, but going up around the corner, it's a little dark right here in this corner, but there's no hazards. Cut across the back of the yard, try not to run over my septic sprinklers. And then right here, basically in a straight line between us and the headlights of the Expedition, is my sawmill, which when I put it there the other day, I thought, this will be fine. I'm not hauling dirt over here anytime soon. Now not only am I hauling around it, I'm doing it after dark. What I've got is those two little holes over there on that corner that have been there for years. One of them was the first burn hole that the guys dug when they started clearing this place, late 2014. So over 3 years ago, and it's been silting in, just mudding in. It's a nasty, mucky mess. I finally shoveled it out this evening, get all the mud out of it. I'm gonna put dry dirt in it. So I'm gonna get those two holes filled in, and that's a minimum for tonight. But then if I do that, then I'm gonna start dumping more up here where the main house is gonna go. So anyway, fun, exciting little adventure. I could still put my truck in line somewhere if I thought I needed it, but my pickup truck. But so far, I feel like I can see everything. I've got my trusty headlamp on, and that's enough that I can hang my head out the door of the truck and see where I'm going. So anyway, just wanted to share this with you. Fun and exciting. It's the crazy crap that I do. So this is what I was working on last night when I was all excited. Told you guys I was hauling after dark. I should have took a before picture, but if you guys recall, I had two holes on this corner. This interior hole was what was left over from my borrow pit that I dug, my borrow trench. I called it the moat, that I dug when I first was building this levee road around the outside edge. And then over here I had a pit that was old burn pit left over from when the first guys were ever in here and cleared for me. And both of them have just been mud holes that I've been pumping out for years, but they've never really been a priority to fill in, so I didn't focus on them. But now, finally, I decided last night to do it. So first I had to go in and I had to shovel out all this mud and muck that you see stacked up there. I had to shovel all that garbage out, because or else if you try to throw dry dirt on top of it, it's just a nightmare. I shoveled all that out. I put 3 loads in here and 4 loads in here. And, excuse me. That one's pretty well done. It's a little squishy, which I expect. It always is going to be a little squishy at first. But you give it a couple weeks to kind of dry out and settle and pack, and then I'll be able to go across the top and blade it all smooth. But I want to get it torn back down. Ultimately, I want my road to be right here beside the trees. Right now, my road actually curves off through here and then cuts back over. I want it to go straight through here, which is what I'm working on. So I'm gonna leave this up just a couple inches above grade, but ultimately have there be a steady slope from here out. I want it to be a smooth slope for good drainage, and to where, yeah, where the road is just a couple inches up so that the road doesn't look like this. So that's what I'll be working on, but for right now I've got to let it settle and pack. I just wanted to show you, if you guys go back in the videos, you'll find traces. I might try to link them here, but you'll find pictures or parts where I talk about this hole here and that hole here and how much of a pain in the butt they were, and always having to pump them out and work around them, and by golly, they're finally full. You know, it's something digging all these little borrow pits like I did and then filling them all back in. It's kind of funny because those of you that have been watching the videos for a long time or keeping up with them recall my borrow pit used to run all the way down this edge and around the corner and out. Like I said, it was a borrow trench. I called it the moat, and I've since gotten it all filled back in, and you'd never know unless you've seen the videos, seen the pictures in the past. So it's kind of funny how that works out. You know, when you see it that day and you think, oh my God, what a mess. That thing, you know, there's just holes everywhere. My mom actually said, she said, it's like the movie Holes, only bigger. And I think she said something about there's no onions or something like that, for those of you that have read that book or seen that movie. I had little pits and potholes everywhere, but I've gotten pretty much all of them filled back in. The only remnants of any borrow pit, I mean, of course it's that, but that's not really a borrow pit. That's where the main house is going to go once I get it filled back in. There's a little ditch that runs over there along the north side that I had the first guys dig. When they first came in, I had them dig a little ditch and build a little levee. And most of that has already silted in and mudded in on its own over the years, and it's obsolete now. I don't need it anymore anyway. But it's still there. Eventually I'll get it filled in. But just thought I'd give you that little update on filling those holes. And like I said, I was hauling after dark. That was fun. That was exciting. Unfortunately, the truck broke down, but that's a different saga to be discussed.